Hello guys, this is Ethan and I'm playing Tanki. I am very new to the Ricochet, so don't comment, please.
He just bought it.
Really. And I really like firing with it for some odd reason, so it's just gonna be me playing it for a while.
Tell them what you're...
Then I went boom. Also, I am in a Highways team deathmatch.
Which is introduced once you reach the level of Master Sergeant.
My brother Ben's
Nice
next
shot
to
off
me.
of that thunder.
That was a thunder.
Yes, you really have to watch out for those good old thunders who really can pack a punch when they want to.
And there's a lot of shafts in here too.
Because both sides of the map are mirror images, I believe. As a matter of fact, yeah, they are mirror images across the overpass.
Let's try to do this again.
So, his brother here that he was talking about is an expert with the Ricochet. I've played over a day on it in total. Quite a bit. I've used it ever since I was a sergeant. So, I can provide some cool tips as my brother goes along with it. Ooh, that shaft has bad aim.
Winds.
There's quite a few ranged weapons in here because of its...
Might wanna go.
Yeah, on the ground, maybe.
For example, that enemy shaft.
The Wasp. Ugh.
I'm
The
getting
Viking
better.
M1 does have the capacity. Wow.
You can see that I'm very bad at this game.
You just need practice.
I'm so used to the freeze.
But yeah, it's probably a good idea to go around, judging by the amount of ranged weapons that are aiming toward the top of everything, because they... Righto, sorry about that, folks.
Just camera malfunction.
So, at any rate, there's probably going to be a space between that, so sorry about any of that. However, he was just blown up by a thunder, so that's all good.
We.
A trick that you can use against the thunder is, instead of backing up, charge them. Because of the thunder splash damage, the thunder has the capability of damaging itself if it hits a target very close to itself. Therefore, if you charge down a thunder, it'll start damaging itself, allowing it to take you down. Also, the Ricochet has limited range, so be careful. And limited ammo per clip, too. Or it would be energy, rather. So both of those factors you have to be careful about. Also, careful you don't ricochet bolts into yourself, because that deals damage.
For example. Like that.
As you can see, he just took half of his life out of him.
Oops.
This was all the flipped people.
Good question. There's tons of flipped people in here. Highways is a pretty good map, so.
It's big. Watch it, enemy shaft. Oh. Don't fire when you're going backwards. You'll put yourself into a flip.
Anyway, it's about to end.
However, you can fire when you're going forward.
I got 6! Squeal. Okay, let's go somewhere else. For example,
Sounds good.
Esplanade.
Esplanade's always a very nice
Winning team. That's always
You just
good.
joined the losing team because it had just ended.
Your face was in it.
Oh, shoot. Well, we'll cut that out.
We'll cut that place out. Okay, so now we're in an esplanade. TDM, I believe. 30-minute battle.
Oh, shoot. And is it a...
Best thing to do is jump. But still, not really worth it.
One thing you can do with... Or not. One thing you can do with the ricochet is if you jump off a wall, if you're using something like the Hornet, that will work with. But when you jump off a surface, you can fire, which will level yourself out. I meant to say Viking, not Hornet. But if you use a light hull, don't use that excessively. You might flip yourself.
We are going to join the gravity. Sorry about the jumping around. It's just weird.
It's the dishwasher.
No, not that. Secure that point. We're in a gravity control points.
The Viking is ideal for control points because it's fast and maneuverable enough that you can get to place, and you can also use its enviable shielding because it does have a very nice shield point with it too.
Oops. I have a habit
So
of jumping.
it's the middle exact hull that is very ideal for this.
Which means it's very good for gravity. Sorry about footsteps in the background.
The Hunter's probably okay, but that has lower shielding and... Oh, that's never good.
Firebird.
Firebirds.
Firebird
M1s,
M1.
no less. Gotta be careful of those once you're reaching ranks like Master Sergeant and around there, because that's when everyone's transitioning into M1 weapons
In
and
fact,
hulls. So if you're still the one guy who's stuck using the MO, you gotta be careful about those guys.
especially because I just bought the Ricochet, so...
Especially the Firebird, because the Firebird already deals a ton of damage.
Actually,
So-
we should really turn this down.
Not so loud that we can't hear. Just the background. Use your turret.
I do not like using my turret, FYI.
And it annoys me so bad.
Is
Jump.
it
A tip when you're out of energy on your clip for Ricochet, you want to try to jump off somewhere, find a spot that's quiet. And don't attract too much attention to yourself. Because if you do, you'll be taken down pretty easily without being able to fire back to the most extent. Careful of impact force, it will knock your aim off. The worst enemy a Ricochet can face is another Ricochet because of the recoil on each.
Really, that guy? He just took my repair box,
Even though he was full health.
too.
That's something you never want to do because it will annoy people so bad.
Looks like that twins is gonna get him. Why don't you heal me up, Vista? Interesting. I really need to heal up.
Well, you've got a
There,
hammer.
hammer.
getting right behind you, and
And
a
a
Firebird,
Firebird.
and a Viking, or Vulcan. Interesting fact, the Vulcan, or the Viking, used to be considered to be called the Centurion.
My brother reads the...
Wikia and newspaper.
Let's just say that. And I am out of control.
Beautiful.
Beef.
As you can hear, your nice and dramatic music of control points whenever you control something.
Lost point B, where is that? Hold on.
It's down on the ground, Ethan. It's M1, watch it.
Burn
Rip a
effect
couple
might
bolts.
get me. Ooh, 2 Vulcans with mammoths.
M1s?
No, I think they're just regular.
Okay, that's
Hold on,
not too
that
bad.
Firebird.
You want to be careful about mammoths, especially the M1s when you're about this rank. Because of the fact that one clip of the ricochet can't quite take them down always.
So
One
then
ricochet
you'll have
clip
to charge.
generally deals anywhere from 140 to 180 damage. That's not always enough to take down mammoths.
Sorry about the clanking in the background. That's our mom doing the dishes.
So if you're one-on-one with a mammoth and the ricochet, your chances probably aren't nice.
I got 21. That's pretty good.
Yeah, worse than 163.
Looks like a lot of people are leaving, so. Gravities tend to turn into this
Gravities
tiny thing.
get initial bursts of popularities, but it's normally only for like one round, and then it's just gone because everyone leaves.
Well,
Alright, we've got some
what's that?
problems. Just switch your control over to your keys, Ethan.
Oops.
I think you're accidentally using your keys turret. Bum, bum, bum.
Let's get out of this mode. Wonder how it's gotten into this. No.
Hit C.
Oop.
Hit up. That's where all the controlled ones are. When you're a ricochet, it's probably nice to buy ricochet paint. The first ricochet paint available is dragon paint. It's a little bit expensive, or if you happen to have the old Moonwalker paint, that was also a ricochet protection. But that was just for the celebration of the end, or not necessarily the celebration, but whatever. It was for the end of Moon Silence when they took it away.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked that map, so.
We got some priest. I'd probably have to change it my Saft, but. Esplanades.
It's got Desert TDM too.
Winning team, too.
A strategy you might want to use is always try to join the winning team. Because, for obvious reasons, you're just going to get a better battle fund anyway.
And for some reason, with our computer,
It's randomly switching into the mouse controls for the turret, so we have to click around.
sorry about that.
Also, as a ricochet, it's very handy to learn what paints have protectant against you. So it's always a good idea to look through your paints, and see which ones have protections, because you might want to maybe drug a little bit or add some firepower or do whatever you can to try and defeat those guys. When you're at lower rank, the only one you have to worry about is dragon paint, which is the scaly green one. A trick here you can do if you're camping up top is fire bolts at that wall, and the auto aim will automatically aim down at any enemies bunkered there. You see how sometimes there's a wall defense basically, and the enemies get bunkered up there, trapped. So what you can do is you can use the wall and it'll bounce back at them.
Except when a hammer gets you.
A hammer blasts you. Careful of shafts when you're doing that.
They are very whisk. They make that weird sound that sounds like whisk. So.
Looks like they've invaded, however. Careful. Double firepower. He'll take you down in this next bolt. Unless you stop firing crazily. I'm coming in at 10:30 or so. Well, okay. Tip with the ricochet, don't waste your bolts. You only have about 10. So, never waste bolts pointlessly. Make sure all your bolts are headed at least in the generally right direction. Ricochet does have quite a bit of recoil, as you can see. Used to have more. So light holes may be
I saw
at
a
risk of
hammer going in there, so.
So light holes may be at risk of flipping or being knocked back or
Doing
having
an
low
epic
acceleration due to that recoil. Quite a bit of impact force too can be used to your advantage. Knock off aim of railguns, and if you're good at aiming, try aiming toward the front and or back ends of their tank, which will throw off their aim the most accurately. Or simply hit their turret, which also throws off their aim. Similar techniques that you can use with a smoky.
Now let's just wait till an enemy. Hey. That was funny. Well, we destroyed that hammer anyway. Drugger. Drug themselves. They drug themselves with a firepower. Looks like he left. The other team really does not have a lot of players, so. looks like there's not a lot of people left in here. Except for that. Is it a hammer behind me? Is it a... Alright. Looks like I'm going to be going. If you ever want to see my profile, go onto Tanki. My username is Fox with 3 X's, 47. And that is it. Goodbye. Thank you for watching this video.